from one biographical drama film to be exact, to another. We went from Springsteen and now here we are with Christie. But instead of a musical, this is a biographical sports drama, and it stars Sydney Sweeney as Christie, Christy Martin. And it chronicles the rise of former professional boxer Christy Martin, played by Sydney Sweeney, to become America's best known female boxer in the 1990s, and later her coach turned husband's 2010 attempted murder of her. So yeah, not only did this movie star Sydney Sweeney, but Sydney also produced this movie. I mean, there's a couple producers, but she's one of them. And yeah, like I don't know anything about come on. I mean, I don't know anything about boxers. I'm a nerd. I'm a guy who likes to cosplay. The When it comes to franchises, like the only two franchises that I know are like Marvel, DC, a little bit of Star Wars, but like that's pretty much it. Like I like superhero, like comic book, cosplaying shit, but like I don't know anything, I don't know anything about boxing. My I don't know anything about boxing. My dad loves boxing. My dad loves boxing. um when back in the day, like in the 2000s, like he used to watch WWE. Now he's watching MMA. But yeah, which I don't know if it's like it's MMA and WWE are very different categories, but not like straight up boxing. But anyway, MMA does include some boxing, but I'm not a boxing expert. But anyway, yeah, like before this movie came out, there were a bunch of pictures of Sydney Sweeney, getting in costume, getting in character, getting ready for filming and shooting this film. And there were pictures that surfaced online, and I know you guys may have seen those pictures of Sydney Sweeney, like who looks completely unrecognizable. Kudos, like great job to like the makeup and hair department, because I did when I saw those pictures of Sydney Sweeney as Christy Martin. I'm like, that's not Sydney Sweeney. That does not look like Sydney Sweeney. Is that There's no way. But like, yeah, like the hair, makeup, the whole thing, like I don't know if they use prosthetics or anything like that, but she really blended. I love how Sydney Sweeney really did blend into the role of Christy Martin. And like I thought her performance, Sydney Sweeney, Ben Foster, Ben Foster, um, Merritt Wever, and oh my God, uh, Chad Coleman. Chad Coleman, yes. Chad, what's his name? Let me look it up. Chad L. Coleman. I'm so sorry. This is my first movie getting introduced to. The only actors that I do know are Sydney Sweeney and Ben Foster, but this is my first time getting introduced to Wever and Coleman. But all four, well, one, two, three, four, all four of them, their performances really did shine the most in this movie. Obviously, number one is go the spotlight goes to Sydney Sweeney. She is the MVP of this movie. And she really did like transformed into she really did, transformed into this, to this person, not a character, a person, because Christy Martin is, she is a person, and she gave a great performance. And I didn't know anything about Christy Martin. I mean, I don't know. I mean, what do I know? I mean, like, what do I know? Obviously, I don't know anything about Christy Martin. I mean, what do I know? But after this, watching this movie, I'm like, dude, like, I didn't know anything. There was so much. Like, I was like, damn. Christy Martin went through so much, like, so much, and so much highs, and with a horrifying, with what, the attempted, like, murder of, of her, from her, her former husband. I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know anything about that, and I was like shocked. I was in complete shock. But anyway, yeah, it's very, but anyway, it's very, this movie is very compelling, and it really does showcase Sydney Sweeney's, transformative performance as, Christy Martin. And I love how this movie really grounded the genre, this sports genre, excuse me. Very, the storytelling, this personal storytelling, very well. The director did a great job with that. However, I felt like the tone in this movie really did falter, clashing between uh, this rise of this boxer to, the personal things going on in her life. um I felt like, tonally speaking, the movie was really off in that. um the tone in this movie was very incoherent. It wasn't, well balanced, if that makes any sense. Um, but yeah, like, but I will say, there's nothing, when it comes to, these, it's not just Christie, but it's like any biographical movie. It plays like it plays like a biographical, like any biographical movie. You know how it goes. It's pretty much the One of the Hill biopic that suffers from, you know, the narrative, Christie's narrative, apart from the rest of the film, the rest of the story that the film provided. Um, but I will say, like, it's very, like, I just can't get enough of, Sydney Sweeney's, performance. And it really, her performance, really does scream. It's very gritty. Like, her performance is very gritty, and it screams that. Um, it really does highlight. This film really does highlights, the highs and the lows of her career and her personal and social life. Um, but I mean, yeah, like, let me see. I'm trying to think. Is there anything else I only saw this. I just saw this movie once. Am I missing anything before I conclude this video? I mean, I thought, like, I mean, Ben Foster. I mean, besides the one and only Sydney Sweeney, Ben Foster really knocked it out of the park. And I haven't seen Ben Foster in such a long time, dude. It's been like ages, and it feels like 2 decades since I've seen Ben Foster in anything, really, in any movie. Um, but it's great to see him popping. It's always great to see him. Like the same thing with Topher Grace. Like, I haven't seen Topher Grace in a long time, until I saw, like, what, the Heretic movie with Hugh Grant. I'm like, whoa. and Sophie or Sophia Dasher. A great movie, by the way. Complexing, great and complexing movie. Check that movie out. Um, yeah, I mean, like that's pretty much all I have to say. Like my biggest issue with this movie is the just the tone. It's very incoherent, and also the other issue I have with this film is that besides it being the tone being incoherent and not being well balanced, I would say like it just plays like a very one of the mill, like it plays like any other one of the mill, like you know biographical film. Nothing surprising or anything. But that's pretty much all I have to say for Christie, ladies and gentlemen. Like not bad, not too bad. Not bad. It's a pretty solid movie. It could have been better. It could have been better. But not bad. It's a solid movie. I would say I would go ahead. Go ahead. Even though the tone is incoherent and it's very one of the mill standard average uh, biographical film, I would still recommend you guys go ahead and check this movie out, especially just for Sydney Sweeney's like transformative. I'm gonna keep using that word, transformative, transformative like performance. And it's incredible. It's incredible just for Sydney Sweeney's just incredible performance alone. Um, but yeah, that's all I have to say for Christy. I didn't know I didn't know anything, and now I know so much, and I'm invested, and it's crazy. Life and everything is just crazy, guys. And we have to be. After watching this movie, I hope you guys are safe. I hope you guys are safe and sound, and there's nothing troubling or nothing abusive is happening to you guys. But if there is, obviously, you should call the authorities. But yeah, just thank you. But yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope you guys stay safe, and please like and subscribe. Definitely do all that great stuff. And thank you, all of you. I appreciate your support, your love, your enthusiasm, all of the above, and I'll see you in my next video. Peace.